Gaining the trust of a wild horse is a unique process that must be catered to the individual animal. At the Wild Horse Rescue Center, their mission is to rescue, rehabilitate, and find new homes for wild horses and burros. Nationwide, the Bureau of Land Management estimates there are more than 73,000 wild horses and burros on 25.5 million acres of public lands across 10 western states. The Bureau manages, protects, and controls wild horses and burros under the authority of the 1971 Wild Free-Roaming Horses and Burros Act. This law authorizes officials to remove excess wild horses and burros from the range to sustain the health and productivity of the public lands. And that's where places like this safe haven in Webster, Florida come in. Some of the horses they've fostered have come from these auctions, others are owner surrenders, many with a long road to recovery. The dedicated team works to make sure the equine are physically and emotionally ready for adoption. And to do that takes a lot of healing, a lot of nurturing, and a whole lot of trust. We joined in on the daily routine and learned about their natural training methods, along with some survival stories that just touched our hearts.
We have a 42-acre ranch. We have a beautiful facility here. Hello, everybody. I have gates that open. So the group that's in here, I called them in this morning so that they come in and get some hay. This is called a catch pen. You have all sorts of Mustangs in here. Mustangs come in every color. We've got a Grula, we've got a buckskin, we've got a black, and we've got a mule mixed in with this group. So those horses are from the Black Hills, Nevada, and Nevada. And then over here we have a buckskin from California, a little buckskin from Nevada, and a black mare from Nevada. Now these horses, they always love to run. My name is Diane Delano, and this is Wild Horse Rescue Center. I started working with Mustangs over 35 years ago, and I started to find that the Mustangs were having people problems. Not the people having horse problems, it was the way that people did stuff with the horses which caused a problem. So I started mentoring for about 10, 11 years. I would mentor and try to help other adoptive people in my area. And then I started taking rescues in because then people were giving up on them and they'd call me and they didn't want the horses. So they started coming in. So I decided to become a nonprofit because I couldn't say no, and they kept coming, and I needed funding to help feed them and care for them. So in '07, we became a nonprofit, and our mission here is to first rescue, rehabilitate, and then hopefully adopt. And hopefully when we adopt out, we're gonna put them in a home forever. This is Kobe. Kobe is 27 years old. He is a Mustang from Wyoming, and he is a beautiful old gray gentleman. He was adopted and then he came back. He had some medical issues the adopters couldn't fix. His face and his eye, he had injured his eye, and all the wet caused a giant sore on his face. And then due to the stress, he ended up with summer sores on his feet. If you look at his poor hoof even has ripples in it. It went down into the hoof area and caused wrinkles into his hoof. So he doesn't want to lift, so I'm gonna break him over here in his knee area. There we go. So yeah, let's really soak everything on there, that frog and all that. That's okay, you don't have to pull that off. Just soak all that. There we go, see? Slide. Yeah, all the way down into that hoof area too. Very good. Nice. And then we'll put him back in his stall. So Oso came into us back in 2018, and he got adopted to a former owner who just adored him. Sadly, she was over on the East Coast in a very wet area, and he ended up getting really terrible feet. So he came back. We have 2 vets look at him. We also have our farrier that we work with, and our farrier was willing to give it a shot with therapeutic shoeing. And so he has 4 therapeutic shoes on. He walks great now. His summer sore, which Marilyn is going to take care of, was part of the stress. So when horses get highly stressed, just like us, you can break out with shingles and things like that, and you end up with sores. And this sore is on its way to healing. I know it still looks really big, but the skin is finally drying up and healing. Most people want to do well with their horses. They sometimes just get down a dead-end road and don't know how to fix it. So this is our wild horse area. If you notice, the panels are 6 feet tall. And this is for either horses that are being rehabilitated or wild or whatever. And this horse is semi-wild. This is Zuni. He's a California Mustang. So we have alleyways so that we can run horses into pens, a round pen at the end. And this is Brent. She's right here with beautiful Annabella, a little gray Mustang mare from Nevada. And she came in barely touchable, kind of worried about people. She is a lovely little mare available for adoption. This guy over here is Apache. Apache is on his 50th date with us because he never remembers who we are. And Apache is actually under saddle, and he gets his feet done, and he even can drag and pull stuff, but he always acts like he's never seen us in his life. Marilyn's going to go ahead and halter him up to show you. It's almost like a dance. Now, he might fool us today and just be good, but normally, you know, it's an approach, and he's got a, like, he always looks at you like he's, there he goes. See, so he's learning to come, but if you look at his eyes, he is like lit up. He's like unsure. So Marilyn's just taking her time. When you touch the forelock, that's actually a Linda Tellington technique, and it helps release endorphins. He is definitely a tough horse. There again, Marilyn, get by his shoulder before you start touching that foot, because by you bending underneath him, he wants to move away. Any kind of pressure, this horse wants to move away. And a lot of your Mustangs are like that. Very few come in aggressive, wanting to intentionally hurt you. Most of the time, they want to leave. They don't want to stay and hurt you. But if you make that their only option, you can bring that out in them. So that's why letting their feet move is a better thing than like tying this horse to the rail and making him take it. Had he went to somebody that didn't want to take the time, he would have easily ended up maybe being very neglected. Because a lot of times, sadly, I'm in the rescue business. When people can't enjoy touching and riding and handling their horse, the next thing is lack of feed and care. So it kind of goes hand in hand. We do all sorts of different methods to try to help break through some of these horses. So Jan is getting ready to lunge her and to drive her. I always like to think of it, it's like you just took in an infant. So this infant needs a safe spot, it needs food, it needs water, and it needs somebody that is kind and gentle and patient. But you also need, as your toddler grows, you need parameters. Okay, so you have to have what is yes and what is no. And you don't have to be a tyrant about it, but you have to be, you want to be a good leader. And you need to be a leader for these horses, for them to want you to lead them. Our hope and our goal is that this horse will be totally trained one day. And in time, he has to let go a lot of that fear emotionally. We're always changing and we're always trying different ways of doing stuff. We go, okay, let's try other methods. Let's see if we can get rid of some of this emotional, and then we'll incorporate training. So it's not only these people helping horses. Okay, so people come here to help our horses. But do you want to know our horses help our people?
This is a dream come true for me. I've pretty much worked with horses my whole life, but tame horses. Wild horses, we work with individually because each have their own personality. And I have learned that slow is better because if you rush, you're going to undo what you've done before. And they kind of let you know. I think it's more rewarding for me with the wild horses because I see more of a reward. So just get one that you can touch, to get one that comes up to you, that one that turns their eyes to you and says, okay, you're not so bad. To me, that's my reward.
It's just the beauty, the sound, the grounding that you just feel when you touch one, especially one who might be working through something just like you, whether it's fear, anxiety, happiness, and to just be around them is, you can tell, emotional for me. When forever you weren't able to even touch him, to now to be able to lay an arm up on him or to have him walk to you, you know, is very rewarding. It's my favorite part, when they want to walk up to you and sniff you or touch you and say, I trust you. I trust you to touch me. They deserve the same chance. A lot of the horses have gone through trauma, and we don't know what that is a lot of the times, but they deserve to be treated with love. They haven't done anything bad. And why can't they just get someone to say, you know, I'll take the time. I'll be your buddy. I'll give you some loving.
Sometimes time is really important for them to have time. So it's taken us a long time to get him where haltering and handling and stuff is better, but he is a tough little horse. And we hope one day he'll find that right owner and he'll be out riding the trails. We've been on him. He's been rode. He doesn't ride perfect. He needs a lot of work, but he's got a good start.
If you'd like to find out more about their education programs or to donate to this nonprofit, go to the wildhorserescuecenter.org.